From Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, we take a look at how big and dark money is influencing political races in our state.
Plus, Governor Pillen selects a replacement for Suzanne Geist in the legislature after she stepped down to focus on the Lincoln mayoral race. But first tonight.
Demand common sense gun safety measures.
A group of people gathered outside the Capitol to demand lawmakers do more to protect our kids. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. They say Nebraska needs gun control regulations to stop shootings from happening.
However, opponents say more guns could actually solve the problem. Channel 8's Matthew Midlighter was there today and has more for us. He's here in the studio. Matthew?
Students, parents, and Senator Jane Raybould all met outside the Capitol on Thursday to hold a rally calling for gun control in Nebraska. Speakers at the rally claim that lawmakers have failed to protect them from gun violence and are asking Nebraska senators to do more.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
They say guns are now the leading cause of death in children and teens in the U.S. And rather than tightening restrictions, lawmakers here are only making it easier to access weapons. LB 77, Senator Tom Brewer's permitless concealed carry bill, is currently making its way through the legislature and was one of the focuses of the rally.
I shouldn't be scared to go to school. Neither should my classmates, kids in other grades, and even adults. Guns have killed so many people, yet we are still letting 18-year-olds have them. Enough is enough. Protect kids and not guns.
Proponents of LB 77 and gun rights advocates in Nebraska say it's not the guns that kill, but the people holding them. Senator Brewer says his proposal would only allow for people to conceal their weapons without a permit, not make it easier for anyone to buy a gun. They also say there are other solutions to stopping school shootings, like arming teachers and staff to stop a shooter before police even arrive. I'll have more on the story at 6. We'll hear from Brewer himself and another gun rights advocate.
All right, Matthew, talk to you at 6 o'clock. Meanwhile, inside the state capitol, a proposal to require all Nebraska school districts to adopt a written dress code and grooming policy is one step closer to becoming law.
The bill, introduced by Senator Terrell McKinney of Omaha, advanced to the second round. He says the goal is to decrease discrimination over some existing dress codes that prohibit headscarves and do-rags. To help it gain more votes, that bill was amended into another one, which would require school districts to report information on dyslexia to the Nebraska Department of Education. And staying with politics now, money is essential for political campaigns in Nebraska. From TV ads, flyers, or billboards, organizations say we're seeing record numbers on how much donors are giving to campaigns.
They say money is shaping politics here in Nebraska, and Channel 8's Veronica Barreto joins us now with more on that. Veronica?
That's right. In Lincoln, for example, the primary election for mayor was the most expensive mayoral race on record. Suzanne Geist and Mayor Le'Dion Gaylor Baird campaigns raised more than $1 million each. This happens as Nebraska is one of a handful of states that has no limits on campaign donations. The group Common Cause says money thus determines who actually has the ability to run for office. They say even the bills who are up for the legislative agenda can be affected by campaign donations.
During the 2022 general elections, we saw twice as much spending on elections as any year prior. It was $50 million, and before that, it was $25 million. And that amount of money just continues to increase.
Those who have the most money get elected. Who gets elected determines the legislative agenda. Everything flows from that.
The organizations say this is a problem we are seeing across different political backgrounds and political parties. Coming up at 6 o'clock, I'll have more on what some state senators are doing to alleviate this problem here in Nebraska with the introduction of bills that would cap how much can be donated.
All right, Veronica, thank you. Well, now that the primary election is over, all eyes are on next month's general election here in Lincoln. For mayor, it's going to be Larry and Gaylor Baird and Suzanne Geist going head-to-head.
And as we told you yesterday, Geist told us in an interview she stepped down from her position as a state senator to devote more time to this race. Today, Gaylor Baird gave her reaction to the news, saying, quote, "It's her call to make." The mayor says she will stay focused on her job, keeping Lincoln safe, continuing to invest in infrastructure, and keeping Lincolnites happy. She told us today she's full steam ahead, and Geist's resignation isn't going to change her campaign.
We are acting on the priorities of the people of Lincoln, focused on public safety and infrastructure and a high quality of life. And that's what people can expect. They can see our record and understand clearly what we value and prioritize.
Gaylor Baird also said her commitment to the community's priorities is what will win over the voters of Republican Stan Parker, who lost in Tuesday's primary election. And as we said, Geist is no longer a state senator, resigning yesterday.
Today, Governor Jim Pillen appointed Carolyn Bosson, a Columbus native, to fill in for Geist and represent Southeast Lancaster County in the legislature.
And as a prosecutor, Senator Bosson is the type of person who excelled. She knows how to work with people for common goals that make us a better state. I'm so happy that you're here, and congratulations, Senator.
Bosson has degrees from Baylor and Creighton and has been a professor at UNL. She is now a stay-at-home mom, but she used to work in the Lancaster County Attorney's Office.
6 years ago, I resigned from the Lancaster County Attorney's Office and began a new challenge as a stay-at-home mom. Today, my husband Reggie and I consider ourselves very fortunate to have 4 wonderful children. Challenging, but wonderful.
And Bosson expects to run again for the seat when it is up for grabs during the 2024 election. Other news now, a fire in North Lincoln destroyed a garage a little before 8 o'clock this morning near North 20th and Dudley.
Officials tell us 2 motorcycles were heavily damaged. Crews battled the flames in below freezing temperatures. The garage is considered a total loss. No word yet on how much the damage will cost. Officials say no one was injured and the flames did not spread to any other structures. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. We're also learning new details after a truck crashed into a cement sign at Lincoln Southwest High School. Police released the suspect's name and say the truck was stolen.
Police say Elazar Oseguera faces charges of theft and leaving the scene of an accident. They say he was heading west on Pine Lake Road when he went over a curb and then crashed into the sign. They say he then ran off. Well, they found him. They're still looking into what exactly caused him to crash. Now to a crime alert in Lincoln. Police had to tase a 15-year-old after he led officers on a chase with a stolen vehicle.
They say the teen stole the car from an elderly couple last night and rammed it into their mailbox on the way out. Police say they tracked the car to 56th and Fletcher, where they used stop sticks. The teen then ran away and reached for his waistband when officers deployed the taser. He was taken to the Youth Detention Center.
I don't know about you, but I'm not getting tired of seeing the sun. It was another decent day. We had some low temperatures, though, this morning, Rusty.
Yeah, it cooled off quite a bit across the entire state. We had some record lows and near record lows this morning. The spots that did see the record lows had a fresh coat of snow on the ground, thus the record lows. But here's what it looked like early this morning. 14 in Lincoln, which was just 2 degrees away from a record low. Teens for just about everybody until you got to Chadron, which was 4. That breaks their old record low of 9 degrees. So it was much colder further north and west, but most of us in the teens and lower 20s. We've got a mixture of clouds and sun out there right now. Beatrice, Schoen's roofing cam at South 6th Street and Perkins. Decent day. Temperature-wise, we did okay. After starting off really cold, we're at 61 in the capital city, 60 in Lincoln, 59 degrees in Hebron, 57 in Nebraska City. So it's a lot warmer than it was yesterday by about 10 to 20 degrees. We're 14 degrees warmer in Lincoln, 9 degrees warmer in Nebraska City, 16 degrees warmer in Grand Island. So much warmer than it was yesterday. The wind is out of the south. That's helping to warm us up. It's out of the south and west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Satellite showing just a couple of sprinkles out there for parts of central and northeast Nebraska. A lot of that not quite getting to the ground, as dry as that atmosphere is. Your forecast for tonight, temperatures will drop into the middle 50s by 6 p.m., 53 degrees by 8, and by 10 p.m. we'll drop back down into the 40s. I think we've bottomed out temperature-wise. Now we're on our way up. It is going to be much warmer the next several days. In fact, there's quite a few 80s in the 10-day forecast. We'll take a look at that in a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Rusty. Well, today, Lincoln Fire and Rescue unveiled their new ladder truck, which they say will help in a number of ways. Officials say the new truck cost a little more than $1 million, which came from the Federal CARES Act.
The truck is one of 4 in Lincoln that has a ladder built on top to assist firefighters in getting up to high places. Mayor Larry and Gaylord Baird and LFR Chief David Engler said adding this truck to LFR's fleet will provide the tools and firefighters need to not only put out fires, but get inside taller buildings and perform rescues.
The ladder is certainly important to reach tall spaces and pour water on buildings from the top. But one of the biggest features is all the equipment that's carried on them that's very specialized that we couldn't put on every piece of equipment throughout the city.
Chief Engler said over the past year they've replaced some old equipment, and going forward they've created a budget to regularly update their tools before needing to be replaced. He says there will be another new truck coming later this summer. The Malone Center here in Lincoln is getting ready for its 2nd season of track, and they're hoping to make some strides with Nebraska legends.
Former Green Bay Packer and All-American Amon Green said after returning to Nebraska, the choice to give back was obvious.
Always like to give back, especially in a field that I was really good at and passionate about coaching in general. And so helping kids out with track and making sure they understand the technique, the discipline, the accountability that is built in coming to practice and working hard every day.
Now, Green isn't a one-man show here. He's joined by Michael Demps and Erwin Sweeney, also former Huskers. The athletic director at the Malone Center said their goal is to provide a home for the children of Lincoln.
I want to just create something for family and just for this community to be comfortable and just give something for these kids the opportunity to do what every other kid is doing, but at an affordable cost.
Current Husker and Olympic trainee Emma Baines will also be coaching this upcoming track season, which is still open for registration online at the Malone Center's website. We turn now to the extremely rare move in the Tennessee State House of Representatives. Republican lawmakers ready to potentially expel 3 Democrats.
The lawmakers are accused of violating the chamber rules when they joined protesters last week to demand action on guns after the school shooting in Nashville. Jones, Pearson, and Johnson, who represent Nashville, Knoxville, and Memphis, Tennessee's 3 largest cities, joining demonstrators last week calling for stricter gun laws. The Republican leadership blocking them from addressing the protest on the House floor, saying it was a violation of decorum. But the 3 Democrats persisted, using a bullhorn, sparking a security incident.
A week ago, we had members take it upon themselves to rush the well and stop the people's business.
Because at no point was there violence. At no point did we encourage violence. In fact, what we were doing was calling for the end of gun violence.
If the Republican lawmakers expel the 3 Democrats, it would be an extremely rare move. Since the Civil War, state legislatures have only expelled their colleagues 3 times. Still to come on the news tonight, after 5 people were killed in a tornado in Missouri, our own meteorologist Jessica Blum is there to report on the destruction.
We're going to hear from her and have your full forecast for us here in Nebraska coming up after the break.
I'm Roy Christensen.
In southeast Missouri, they're still cleaning up after a deadly tornado hit the area yesterday morning. We're talking about an area near Cape Girardeau, and 5 people were killed.
Channel 8 meteorologist Jessica Blum reports from there tonight as we help our sister station there cover the destruction.
Yeah, good evening, Rod and Megan. We're out here in Glen Allen, Missouri, where a deadly tornado ripped through the community. Again, a community of only about 300 people or less, and all of them have been coming together to work on a lot of the destruction that you see around me. We've seen roofs ripped off of houses, trees uprooted. Again, some of the bark has come down, and there are tree branches as far as the eye can see, but a lot of the community has been coming together in terms of coming together to work on this, because it's going to be some time before they can come together. There's survey crews out to assess the damage going through today. But again, 5 are dead and 5 have been injured. But this has been about the deadliest tornado since Joplin here in Missouri. Reporting from Glen Allen, Jessica Blum, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Jessica. And we're going to hear more from her about the devastation there in Missouri coming up tonight at 6 and 10.
Now, your Storm Alert team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
On Thursday, the drought monitor gets updated, and it's starting to get better. It's not perfect, and we still have a long ways to go. Still some exceptional drought here between Omaha and near Columbus up towards Sioux City. So the one spot, northeastern Nebraska, still exceptional. Extreme patches here and there, southwest Nebraska into the Panhandle. But notice up here, this used to be extreme to exceptional for the drought. A lot of snow has been happening from Valentine to Scottsbluff north, and because of that, it has been getting better. But how much snow? It's pretty incredible, actually. Now, for southeast Nebraska, for the season, this is the entire season from when it first started snowing in the fall until now, about 1 to 1.5 feet for southeast Nebraska, 1.5 to 2 or 3 feet here, and then more the further north and west you go. So you slice it right down the middle, and you got anywhere from 4 to 5 feet. And I looked for specifically for Valentine, Chadron, and Scottsbluff, 5.4 feet of snow has fallen in Valentine, 7.1 feet of snow in Chadron, and 4.5 feet in Scottsbluff. So that's a lot of snow, and that's why the drought has been getting well, better and better. So over 5 feet in most of northwestern Nebraska. In fact, visible satellite showing very clearly where there's still snow on the ground in the very northwestern corner, and Chadron's just about right there. So still snow on the ground. It's melting, and this is cloud cover right here. So look at nice poofy clouds out there at Southeast Community College at 84th and O. No snow on the ground. And it shouldn't take long. Now, Chadron did see 18 inches of snow, but it's been progressively melting fairly quickly as the day progresses. But around here, upper 50s, lower 60s, 61 in Lincoln, a solid 10 to 20 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago. The wind is out of the south. That's helping to warm us up at 10, 15, maybe 20 or 25 miles per hour. Much of the state seeing that fairly gusty south to southwest wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Satellite showing just a couple of sprinkles on radar here from just north of Grand Island, north and east towards Sioux City. Plenty of sunshine, a few clouds popping up, mostly sunny skies just off to the west. So it's a pretty quiet stormcast. Not a whole lot going to be happening here. That cloud cover pushes off to the east by early tomorrow morning. Wall-to-wall sunshine, and high pressure is going to be in control for a while. I think the severe weather that has been happening to our south and east and all the snow that's been happening to our north and west takes a break for a while. This is one of those nice times of year where there's not a whole lot to worry about weather-wise. It's just we're able to enjoy it. So temperatures are going to be warming up. We were in the teens this morning. We'll be in the 30s tomorrow, so a little bit warmer, 34 degrees, mostly clear. That's just about where we're supposed to be this time of year. South wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Highs tomorrow pretty close to 70. If you don't get to 70, it'll be in the upper 60s, maybe the middle 60s in some spots. But 70, a few clouds, mild southwest wind. This could be a top 10 day. In fact, Easter weekend could be a top 10 weekend, except for that spot shower chance on Sunday. 70 on Friday, 73 Saturday, 74 on Sunday. So it is looking like a pretty nice Easter weekend. And here's your 7-day forecast. 73 on Saturday, 74 Sunday. We continue up and up. 78 degrees on Monday, 80s on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then those temperatures start to fall off a little bit as we head towards the end of next week with our next chance for rain next weekend. So not a whole lot in the way of precipitation, but it is looking like a very quiet, very mild several days ahead.
All right, thank you very much, Rusty. Small improvements on Wall Street today. The Dow gaining just 2.5 points. NASDAQ is up 91. S&P adding 14. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Tonight, the
Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
Ooh, that's the new DQ Backyard Bacon Ranch Signature Stack Burger with house-made Hidden Valley Ranch. Oh, I get it. It's a tasty-looking burger. DQ, happy tastes good.
Closed captioning on channel